Hi everyone. I came today to make a video on how I've been working my business during pandemic, and hopefully these key points that or the strategies that I've been using lately might help you to run your own business. Either to start your own business, or if you have one like myself for years and just to implement these changes might help you. Okay, so let's get started. When pandemic started, I started losing a lot of my people in my team because they thought, they actually called me or text me and let me know, I'm leaving because this pandemic, it's not gonna do good, blah blah blah. My customers are gonna not want to buy Avon no more. They were assuming before actually, staying and see what's gonna happen. They were just assuming that the customers won't buy anymore. They were assuming they were gonna lose customers, assuming everything. So they quit too soon. That's how I see it. They just quit too soon. But I decided to stay. I decided to stay. I've been selling Avon for a little over than 18 years, and counting. So I thought to myself, why am I gonna quit on something that I love doing? And besides that, I've been here for so long and I've maintained it through all different, changes in the company or changes in the team, changes on every aspect of your life or business or whatever might change throughout the time. But that doesn't mean it's a reason to quit. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna stay here and see what's gonna happen. And so obviously I knew I had to make some changes. So this is what I want to talk to you today about about the little changes I had to implement in my business to make it still work throughout this pandemic. But I'm still here. When everything started, I don't know if you guys remembered, but lockdown, everything shut it down. We were only, well, at least here in California, we were only supposed to go out for grocery shopping, but only one in the home would go. And even the churches shut down, everything just shut down. So if that's why a lot of people panic and thought, well, how am I gonna be selling or delivering my product when everything's shut? People don't want to come out. So I thought to myself, okay, I gotta think of a solution instead of just quitting. So I did, and my solution was to take three different changes, and I'm gonna discuss that with you. The first one is it's on the delivering process. I had to change my delivering process, period, right? I could no longer come inside the houses or knock on my neighbors or knock on my, just not the neighbors, but on my customers' doors and assume that they would come out like anything and hug us and, like we're used to do it. Or, let us in their houses, have a coffee with them, a tea or whatever it is, or have a chit chat and conversation while they're looking through the brochure. Well, that kind of selling, you used to see it more back in the days, like by 18 years ago when I first started selling Avon. I knew I had to change all that, sooner or later. So, but this pandemic made me change it completely. So that was the first thing. I knew I can't do that anymore. So I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna still do this, even with all the restrictions. So I texted all my customers, give them a text or email or a call, however, depending on the customer. So I would tell them this: due to the pandemic, because obviously it was due to that, due to the COVID-19 pandemic that we're living right now on, I have to make some changes in my delivering process. If you want to continue being my customer, you're just gonna have to, stick with my changes, or So I pretty much said this in a, you know, pretty much this is what I said. I said, due to the pandemic, this is my new delivering process, and I specifically this. From now on, I will be letting you know, like always, ahead of the time when the delivering day comes, and then arrange times with you. That's not gonna change. But the change is that now when I come to your house, I want you previously already paid me, or have your payment in an envelope or plastic bag outside your door for me. So I will only pick up the money and leave the product. If you previously paid me electronically, then I just will leave your product there. Obviously, I would text you again, um, right before coming to your house, like, from one customer to the next. And after I leave the product, if you already pay me, I would text you again as well, letting you know it's there. Or I would just um, ring the doorbell, but step away as soon as possible to my car. So by the time they get out and see the product, I'm not there anymore. I'm in my car, or I'm already left. So, and they took it very well. I thought, at the beginning, well, maybe they might not like it. Well, they actually took it very well. They said, thank you so much for understanding, blah blah blah. Obviously, even though I wasn't coming in their houses, I wasn't touching them. I wasn't seeing my customers, except some customer might see me through their windows and say hello, the window. So, no face, person to person contact. But other than that, they took it pretty well. And I start seeing that my customers actually like the idea, and also started recommending me with other people, because at that time, especially the elderly people, they couldn't get out of their houses, like I said, only for the groceries. And some of these people, not even for the groceries, were getting out because they were so afraid, so fear of this, pandemic. So they started pretty much ordering a lot of the new items that Avon had, since we're starting selling, you know, the hand sanitizers, the mask, the everything, including the noodles. So when I told that to my customers, and dish soap, everything, we're still selling a lot of those products right now. So when when Avon implemented all those new products, and I start telling them, hey, we have all these, and you don't have to pretty much go to the store anymore. We have toothpaste, we have the toothbrushes, we have anything you might think of. So they thought, oh, you know what, then you're right. Why would I have to go to the store if you can bring me everything to my door? So that's what I started increasing my sales, and because of that. So I was like, see, I'm so thankful that I stayed. And I start calling, obviously, my team and telling them, hey, don't leave yet. Guess what? This is happening to me within what 1 month or two or whatever. They still decided to leave. It's their choice. So due to that they were leaving, guess what? I start having more customers in my town, because what now? The neighbor of the neighbor, or whoever, tell them that about me, because their representative quitted and they had nobody else to get their Avon from, and here I was. So shame on them and good for me. And I feel bad that I lost a lot of my team, but my personal sales increased. So what can I say? you know um so they did took very well this change, and until now I'm still doing that. I mean, even though I wasn't coming in their houses and or touching them or anything like that, I will, and as even until now, I'm still using my mask. I'm still using my hand sanitizers, before and after each customer, and then after three or four times of using my hand sanitizer, I would actually wash my hands with water and soap. I carry a gallon of water in the car and my soap. That way, I still wash my hands out the car, it, you know, throughout, all this delivering process. Since all the money it's in envelopes or bags, I just carry a plastic bag, and put all those envelopes in there, so that when I get home, then I get a time to open all of them, put all the money together, and toss that stuff away, and then wash my hands. So this is how I've been doing it since pandemic started, and it's been working very well. Um, I because of all this, I was gonna say something else, but that's my next point. The next point is I was the type of a person that would come out and well, my husband and I, because we have the business together, we would actually come out into parking lots and give out, hand out books to people that we would see. Or if I would go to the bank or the grocery store, the next person next to me, the front person, or whoever I see around, I would just give them books. um so that had to change too, right? um I also was doing the tossing, and if you don't know what's tossing, you can go see my other video about tossing. I already have one there. So anyway, so instead of just coming out to the parking lots anymore, I knew I now I have to stay more at home. So I started doing more tossing. So even though I was doing both before, but now I'm doing more tossing and not really coming out, so to the parking lots anymore. Now that pandemic started to slow down, well, it's not over yet, but it started to slow down. Now that we can actually come out to the bank again and stuff like that, I'm actually giving a book to the next person. Or some of them, even now, some of them decide not to take them. That's fine, but some of them accept them. But I'm still doing more of my tossing than anything else. And that the tossing actually brought me more online customers that I never thought I would have otherwise. So I guess because they see the book in the driveways or the yards, and they pick it up, and they actually, if they actually need the stuff, or look at the book, and and then they just go in my website and start ordering. I'm not saying all of them. I can toss 100 books and only get one customers, or I can toss 40 books and get 3-4 customers. So you just never know. It depends on the customer that would pick up the book, from their yard or whatever, and the interest that they would have in buying your product. But this is another thing that's been working so far for me. So now, since pandemic started, I only come out once a campaign to deliver. So that day I do all my deliveries, and then at the same time we do the tossing. So for all these, my husband drives, because I rather be texting the customer or calling them, hey, I'm coming, you're the next customer. I'll be there in 2 minutes, I'll be there in 1 minute, whatever, depending on the distance. And so that they can put their money out. And then after I leave it there, I still have to text them or call them and say, hey, your bag is there, you might come out now and get it, and stuff like that. So for that, my husband drives, and I do the texting and calling. So it's been working. Like I said, so far this is a family business. With the pandemic, we also um, became parents. We have a toddler now. He was born in the pandemic year. So so when you think, or people tell you you can't do anything, you can do this because now your life changed a little. I'm a 40-year-old person. I'm not afraid to tell you my age. Since I've we have now had kids for all the longer time, right? And now we have a baby. So it's like that was a change for us too. But it's all in the family business, so we just implement it and do our changes according to our routine and the baby routine now. So but it still works. Everything still works. So you just have to make little changes. But obviously, if you really want to stay on your business and keep it going, you just have to find ways that you can implement little changes that you might be implementing, but you still can do it. So don't let anybody else discourage you or tell you can't do it because now you got a baby, or because now this and this and this. No, you can still do it. So, and oh, the third part that I changed, I actually started doing that 1 or 2 years, yeah, about 1.5 years before pandemic that I was actually already texting more the brochure than actually taking one in person. So that, it was part of the change too. I guess, God was preparing me to I don't know. But with the pandemic, it's been more of that. So I still buy my actual books because with their order, they're going to get an actual book. And they know that. My customers know that when they order, they would get a paper book. But other than that, um, I am just texting more the catalog, the digital catalog, to them, especially the ones that have not ordered in a while. They might say, "Hey, I need the new book. Okay, here it is," and I'll send that in a text, and they, "Oh, thank you," and they start looking through. Some of the customers, when they don't know how to browse the online brochure, they would tell you, "Well, I don't know how to do this, honey." And I ask them, does your cell phone takes pictures? And if they say yes, okay, what are you interested in? And because it's not that they actually want to see the whole book. It's just more of just they wanted to see if their items are on sale. So if you already know your customer, then you don't even have to ask them. You just, I just ask them, okay, would you take pictures? Then they say yes. Okay, I'll send them the deals on the items that they usually buy or items that they might be interested in. And I send out about 3 to 4 pictures maximum. I don't saturate them with pictures, but I do send them the best deals of the products that they, might be interested in, or the ones that they have bought in the past. And they're actually pretty good at this. They like it. They go, "Oh, thank you so much. How do you knew? How do you knew I was, out of these?" And I said, "I didn't, but because you have ordered it before, I thought, and here's a good deal of it." So that's another way I started, another little change I did. So it's been working. These 3 strategies that I'm giving you today, it's been working. And we're almost on, what, 2 years on this? So if it's working for me, might work for you. Might not. But I'm just sharing what has been working for me. And I hope this helps your business, and not just Avon, but any kind of business that you are out there. If it's marketing, that might help you. Okay, so this is why I came out today, just to tell you about that, the little changes I've made, and hopefully this would help you with your business as well. If you have any other questions, or you might like some, other videos or ideas to, that you want me to share with you, please leave them in the comments. Feel free to tell me, what would you like to know. If I know, or if I got a little knowledge on that, I will let you know in another video. Or you know and if I don't, then I don't. But yeah, let me know. I've been selling, like I said, for over 18 years. So I think I have the experience pretty much, and I've got experience through all these years, different things in my life that I have to make changes depending on the situation of the family, depending on the situation of anything. So when I started Avon, I was a student, full-time working. Eventually married, just to make a little, short, but how my life has been changing throughout my business. And then married for so long and no kids. Now pandemic comes, shutdown comes, my baby came. Blessings, right? So there you go. Everything just comes for a reason. God knows what He's doing, but everything comes for a reason. You just gotta take everything with positive attitude and perseverance, and that's gonna be the key to your success. So until the next video, have a good day or good night or good evening, however, whenever you see this video, and from wherever you're looking at. So until then, thank you so much for watching. My name is Maria Andrade, and I don't even know how they call it now, but I'm a mentor in Avon, and I'm a President's Club or Honor Society in Avon as well in my sales. So until the next video, have a blessed day or night or evening, whatever. And see you guys later. Thank you for watching.